Good morning, students. Today we'll be doing the concept of journal. Basically, the rules of debit and credit. As you all know that we follow the double entry system. That is, each and every transaction have two effects. One is debit, one is credit. We've done in earlier chapters, and in chapter number 2, you've done all the concepts, all the accounting terms. So now we come to that what is to be debited and what is to be credited. So first comes our traditional approach. According to traditional approach, we have three types of account: real, personal, nominal. Now, real is basically all the assets, that is cash in hand, furniture, all the fixed assets which gives us the benefit for more than 1 year. Personal is all the accounts in name of someone, maybe my debtors, my creditor, or the bank account in this particular SBI bank, ICICI bank, or it comes to the bank loan and my own capital account, drawings account, all those. Then comes the nominal account. Nominal accounts are all your expenses, losses, incomes, revenues. So the first rule for real is that debit what comes in. That is, whenever any asset comes in, it should be debited, and whenever it goes out, it should be credit. So debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Then comes the personal account. That is, it is natural personal. That means in the name of any person. Artificial person, that is name of any company or bank account or bank loan account. And third is representative personal account. That is outstanding expenses, accrued incomes, prepaid expenses, and advance incomes. So basically, those accounts which represent few people, that is known as representative personal account. So the rule is debit the receiver, credit the giver. So whenever any person is receiving anything, that person will be debited. That is the debtor. Whenever we sell the goods to the debtor, so debtor will be debited. And whenever the debtor is doing the payment, giving us the money, so he will be credit the giver. Third comes the nominal accounts. Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes, gains and revenue. Expenses and losses, my purchases also comes in expenses. So my purchases will be debited. All my expenses, salary, stationery, all these will be debited. And credit all incomes, gain, revenue, that is my sale, my trading commission received, discount received, all this will be credited. So this is your traditional approach. This is quite important, so you need to revise it very thoroughly. Then comes your modern approach. According to modern approach, I've divided it into 6 type of accounts. You can say 5 also. So now see, assets, expenses, losses and drawings. Whenever these 3 things increases, it will be debited. Whenever it decreases, it will be credited. Similarly, capital, liabilities, income and revenue. Increase in this will be credited. Decrease in this will be debited. Fine. So again, assets, expenses, drawings. Increase in that will be debited and decrease will be credited. And then capital, liability, income and revenue. Increase will be credited and decrease will be debited. Now let me come to some typical cases of journal entries. First is whenever we sell the goods. Now in case you have to keep one thing in mind, either the modern approach or the traditional. So let us do it through modern approach. Debtor is an asset. So when I have sold the goods on credit, so the debtor asset will increase, it will be debited, and sales is my revenue. So increase in that will be credited. In case if there is trade discount is basically the MRP, the list price minus the discount. So this discount is not recorded in the books. So this is always subtracted. Now when you receive the payment, cash or bank account will be debited, debtors will be credited. So here will come the amount which we have received. Then discount allowed is basically my loss. So it will be debited, and debtor the same amount. So this cash discount will always, in case if it is on percentages, then it will be calculated on this amount. Second entry comes bad debts. What is bad debts? You must have done in chapter 2. That is whenever a debtor is unable to pay the money or he pays us the less amount. So whatever amount was due, maybe it was 50,000. So debtor will be credited. Now they say that the debtor has given 50 paisa in a rupee or a 60 paisa in a rupee. 60 paisa in a rupee means they have paid 60%. So 60% is 30,000. Less 40% is left, that is 20,000 will be your bad debts. And this is my loss. At the end of the year, this loss this discount allowed or bad debts, this will be transferred to P&L account. Here it is being debited, both the things, so then it will be credited. Third comes bad debt recovered. Now bad debt recovered, no, maybe this we have written off the bad debts this 1 year. Now in the next year, when all this bad debts account has been written off, next year one person says that yes, I have to give the money, I got the money and I have to repay it to you. So bank or cash account will be credited and bad debts recovered will be, bank or cash will be debited and bad debts recovered will be credited. Now this bad debt account, recovered account, is my gain. So at the end of the year, the entry will be bad debts recovered account debit to profit and loss account. You're not supposed to pass these entries, but yeah, I need to tell you because this is done on 31st March every year. Next is entries of goods, entries related to goods. Now in case if I have a business of stationery and I withdraw some stationery for my personal use, for my home, so the entry will be drawings account debit to purchases. Somebody comes for some donation. So instead of giving cash, I give my goods. I give some pen, stationery items. So then the entry will be charity account debit to purchases. And maybe if we are distributing free samples in particular market or particular area, just to do advertisement, to do a name, so then it will be advertisement or free samples account debit to purchases. See, whenever we do drawings in cash, so entry is drawings to cash. But when the goods are being given and withdrawn, so we write purchases. Why do we write purchases? Because all the goods which I have purchased are in purchases account. Now in case if my goods have been lost by fire or maybe theft, my goods have been destroyed by fire or theft. So this is loss by fire or theft account debit because this is my loss, so it will be debited. Purchases will be credited because my goods are reducing. And then the amount insured, in case if we have taken insurance, if this was 10,000 and 60% has been insured, the insurance company says we'll pay 60%. So 6,000 will come in your insurance company, 4,000 will come in your P&L, and loss by fire of theft will be 10,000. So this account loss by fire will be cancelled and the amount uninsured will go in P&L, the amount insured will go in insurance company. Then comes drawings in cash. So whenever we are withdrawing the money, so it will be drawings to cash or bank. Now in case if it is written the proprietor has paid income tax. Now income tax is paid on the personal income. So even this will be taken as drawings. And in case if he has paid LIC premium, so even that will be treated as drawing because life insurance premium is given on his personal life insurance. So it will be drawings to bank. Then purchase and sale of fixed assets. In case if I am purchasing any fixed assets to cash, if I have purchased for cash, if I purchased to check bank, and if it on credit, so supplier. Now whenever I sell this off, so cash, bank or purchaser account debit to fixed asset. And now in case 3 lakh ka jo fixed asset tha, that was sold for 2,70,000. So 30,000 is loss, so that will be loss on sale of fixed asset. And if I've sold this for 3,30,000, so on the credit side 30,000 balance is there, so that will be profit on sale of fixed asset. Next entry is that whenever I install any fixed asset, whether it is a second hand asset, first hand, and whatever extra charges, the installation charges, wages, etc., whatever is paid on that particular date, that will be taken in that fixed asset only. So fixed asset account debit to bank account. You're not going to take installation charges or something like that. Then comes few expenses, छोटे मोटे expenses होते हैं, that we take in miscellaneous or sundry expenses to cash. Maybe the refreshment I've given to my employees or any kind of expenses. Similarly, I've sold some old newspapers, raddi bechdi, or some old items were left, iron was kept and all, and I've sold. So all these small receipts will be taken as cash account debit to sundry receipt. Now the entry for closing stock is closing stock to trading account. For all my outstanding expenses, the expenses which I have not paid till yet, so expense account will be debited because increase in expense is debited, and outstanding expense is a liability, so increase in that will be credited. Similarly, my prepaid expenses, it is an asset, so increase in prepaid expense will be debited, and it will reduce your expense account because the expense which I've paid this year, 10,000 maybe belongs to prepaid, so I need to reduce 10,000, so my expense will be credited as my expense is being reduced. Accrued income. Accrued income is the income which I have earned but I have not received. I should have received. So this is my asset because मुझे अभी ये मिलनी है. So it is an asset, it will be debited and income is credited because increase in income is credited. Now income received in advance. I've received this income. So entry हुई होगी हमारी cash account debit to income. But then this income doesn't belong to this year. It belongs to next year. So from that income account, I will reduce that amount from income account and transfer it to advance on unincome. This is my liability. Why it is my liability? Because I've received the money and I have to provide the services. Then comes the depreciation on fixed asset. It is basically fall in the value of assets. So depreciation is an expense. It will be debited and it will reduce the value of fixed assets. So fixed assets will be credited. Then comes interest on capital. So interest on capital is basically an expense for the firm. So it will be debited and we have to give this interest on capital to the partner or the proprietor. So his capital account will increase. So it will be credited. So now what is interest on drawings? The drawings, with money which the proprietor has withdrawn, he has to pay interest on drawings. He has to pay some interest on that drawings to the firm. So it is income for the firm. So interest on drawings will be credited. And it will reduce capital or capital account. So either capital or drawing account will be debited. Then comes the opening entry. In the opening entry, we take all the assets are debited, liabilities are credited, and the balancing figure is capital account or the capital account is credited.